Wow, this new lighter acts like a blowtorch. Look at this thing. Very nice. Uh, $6, I think it was. It's not bad. It's called the Firebird. If you're interested, a little espresso. Let's get back. Just finished watering all the plants and stuff. So the project has begun. I took the white pickup, the new Silverado. I took it to my friend's, parked it in his property. He's got plenty of room, and uh, he's gonna keep it there until I need it. And it turns out that he needs some cabinet work in the laundry room. So I took the measurements. And I'm gonna design it, and we're gonna. He's got plenty of walls, so I'm gonna install a bunch of cabinets for him. He's gonna buy everything. I'm just gonna help him hang them. No big deal. It's like a, I don't know, maybe then less than 2 hours to get the whole thing. If they come assembled, if I have to assemble them, then it's gonna be different. So I'm trying this new for you cigar smokers. I'm trying this new Cuban Republic 1958 replica, and it's supposed to be a Cuban replica, but it's okay. It's not my most favorite or preferred cigar. It At the beginning it got a little bitter. Then it kind of mellowed out, but it's not exactly the flavor and the aroma. It's okay. Uh, I wouldn't really recommend it. Maybe for a new beginner, a new smoker, maybe you could try it. I used to smoke Pedrons, and the Pedrons always. Maybe I got a batch that was bad, but not bad. But the Pedrons I was smoking, they would give me a bite for about quarter of the time, and then it kind of mellowed out, and then it was okay. But that first quarter was like, ugh, the tongue was kind of, you're getting a bite on the tongue, bitter. So the best cigar I can recommend to you guys, try the Onyx. That is, to me, is, and it's called Onyx Reserve 1997. I don't know if they still got some. I looked online and they were out, so I gotta wait to see if something comes in. If they ran out of that batch, and they're gonna make some different ones, some new ones. But that to me is my preferred cigar, and the Cuban Bolivars. Those are also very good cigars. Those are my two favorite. And the H. Upman from Nicaragua. That's also a very good cigar. It's good aroma. It's a little bit on the long side, but it's a good smoking cigar. It'll last you an hour or so. These are more or less. This is let's see. This is about 40 minutes, and then the other one I was smoking the other day, the Monte Cristo. Um, Let me see if I have the tag here. Monte Cristo has a habit of coming apart. The wrapper starts getting loose, and you keep peeling and peeling. So I wouldn't recommend the Monte Cristo either. But those first three that I mentioned, they're excellent cigars all the way through. And there's another batch that I'm going to try. I can't say anything about him now. I haven't tried him, but um, not too happy with the Monte Cristo and this one. This one, it stays together so far. It's not falling apart. I don't think it is. It's wrapped very well. It's soft, and it breathes well, and it smokes okay. If you don't mind that bite at the beginning, then it's okay. But it doesn't have that deep, strong flavor as the Onyx and the Bolivar. Then the H. Upmann, it's a little lighter, but it's very good. I'll recommend that one too. Okay, so let's have a small talk. Our illustrious governor went in the news last night or the day before, and he was saying that we have, I think it was $94.7 billion in surplus. And they want to give us some money back for the gas. So at the beginning, when they were talking about giving some money back to the people that pay taxes, of course they're going to give it to everybody, but the people, they were saying that they were going to give you $400 per vehicle that you own. Well, we own 5. I thought I was going to get $400. Now they're down to 2. And the legislator wants to give only $200 per person out of a huge surplus, the biggest in the history of the state and the country. And let me tell you how they get to have this huge surplus. It's not because management, they're managing the money well, they're investing the money or anything. They're making money on, they're making interest in that money out of our money, our taxes. And the reason they got this huge surplus is because we're being taxed to death. That's why they got money to throw up in the air. We're paying $2 more per gallon in gas. It's still up to 6. It went up again a few cents today. We're paying $2.49 or $2.50. Maybe it went up. I have to check. But for every square foot of driveway, and that really pisses me off. Why do I have to pay taxes on my own driveway? Okay. We're paying high taxes. You sell a house and you gotta pay taxes. You don't really make that much money if you sell a property. You have to pay them more than 1/3. It's like 40% on a house that you sell. So you sacrifice yourself. You bought a property. You fix it up. You maintain it. You have losses. You got people that don't pay rent. You got people that destroy it on the inside. I've had that several times happen. They trash your yard. They kill all the plants you put in, the landscaping. And you still got to pay an enormous amount of money to those people that just like this, taxes, pay me. They're making money on what I'm trying to make for myself. So they're saying, oh, we got 94.7 or 97.5, whatever it is, billions of dollars. And they're making it look like, oh, it's the best state in the country because look at all the money we have in reserve. They don't do shit for it. We have the biggest homeless population in the country. Why don't they use some of that money? Which, by the way, we already pay taxes on that. We pay $1 billion, one with a B, $1 billion, and they spend that money on planning and the commission and yada yada, and they haven't done diddly squat. These people are still living like dogs on the street. They care more about a lame animal, which is fine, but you got to take care of these people that are sick, druggies, and they're just living in the gutter. And they said they don't know what to do with the money. Are you kidding me? They know what to do. They just don't want to do it because they're making huge amounts of money in interest with our money that we're paying and paying and paying. And then the vehicles, you have to pay high license fees for the vehicles, even if it's an old classic like my Blazer. At one point, a few years back, I was paying $36 on the Blazer and license. Well, now it's close to 200. So no wonder they got a lot of money left over because they keep taxing and they keep finding ways to tax you more. It's abuse, man. It's abuse. And I'm tired of it. The more you make, the more they make. You put in your sweat, you put in your work, you sacrifice, you work on weekends, and they still make more money. It's a freaking racket, man. It's a racket. That's why a lot of people have left the state and they're still leaving because they don't let you live in peace, breathe. You know, gasoline. You know what? I don't want the $400. Cut the tax on the gas. I'll be happy with that. If I get $200 from the legislation, they don't want to pay the $400 per vehicle. Well, $200 is going to be just enough to fill up the tank on my truck, on my new truck. 36 gallons. And how long is that going to last? If I drive it every day, a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. You know, it's like a shell game. They keep switching it around, and now you see it, now you don't. That kind of thing. It's incredible what's going on. And then they want to run for office again, like if they solved any problems. They haven't solved anything. Anything. And then they say, oh yeah, we got all this money in our surplus. They have this project going on, freeways repair and the streets, and they be going on for years. They prolong it and prolong it and prolong it. Now they're doing this new railway. It's going to come through here, and now they're tearing up all the grounds and putting on another rail for the speed train, whatever you call the train, Amtrak. And some people already are talking in Nextdoor, that app. They're talking about that the homeless are going to start traveling for free because they jump the little spinal swivel thing that to go through. They don't pay it. They go through the handicap doors and they sneak into the train and they don't pay. They're going to be traveling up and down, and they're going to spread out, and they're going to come this way. And a lot of people are talking about it, that in 5 years, when this project is done, we're going to be swamped with homeless. They're already coming in, and they're sitting around, laying around on the streets, and the police can't do anything about it because they're under orders not to mess with them. Having this amount of money, you mean to tell me you cannot come up with a solution, put these people where they belong, build a small community? It doesn't have to be a full-size house. They were talking a while back about if you have an extra bedroom, to rent it to a homeless. So now I'm gonna come in and bring in a stranger that most of the time is drugged out into my home, leeching off of me, stealing, and you're probably gonna have to feed them because you think they're gonna pay rent. Once they're in, you can't get rid of them. And they wanted us to now it's allowed to remodel the garage and make it into an apartment. You can put a bathroom, a little kitchen for them. That's allowed. When I was working in construction, we tore down so many illegal dwellings because people were converting them to rent it to either family members that they came from Mexico, Central America, and they were trying to accommodate them so they can live as a family unit. And nobody really uses the garage for a vehicle. We had to tear down a bunch of those. And one time we were called by this client. We went to see what he wanted, and he said, yeah, I need to tear everything out of the garage. And I said, well, what happened? He goes, no, the city came over and told me that it's not allowed. Now, being that the housing is so not enough to go around, now they're coming up with these ridiculous ideas that you want to rent a room or you want to rent a garage and convert the garage. Say, well, why don't you take them to your house and you give them a room? You got freaking mansions, all of you. Take them to your house and see how you're going to like having a druggie or a criminal living in your house. What if you have kids? What if you have a wife that stays home? They might jump her and rape her because you're not there to protect them. These people are a bunch of idiots. I'm not even bothering getting my hat because it's true. And instead of saying, okay, we have all this desert We have all this land. There's plenty of land open. So let's build a community there and put them in there. Have some medical staff come in, check them, vaccinate them if they need to, give them a shot for whatever the illness they have. Treat them because they're people, right? Try to take care of that problem so they're not everywhere. And then you got the criminals breaking into stores, going in by the dozens or even 100. They broke into a store in Beverly Hills and they just took everything. So they have all this money, our money, okay? The San Bernardino County years ago they said, oh, we need to raise the rates on the water because we're short on water. As soon as we top off the reservoir, we're going to bring the rates down. Yeah, I'm still waiting for that. They're going to bring down the rates. Bunch of bullshit. It's abuse in a large scale. It's just bring it in the money. No wonder they got tons. 94, 97 billion. Not a million, $billion. And they don't have money to do anything. Give me a break. Why are we paying so much gas when we have oil wells in the ocean? Those oil rigs are pumping it out. We have the refinery right here in San Pedro. And they're making it look like we're bringing the oil from, well, we are bringing oil from out of state and out of the country. That's another thing that it's a bullshit idea. We have oil up the yin here, and they're still bringing the stuff from far away. No wonder it's going to cost more. But we're paying more than anybody else. You cross the state line and you go into Arizona, $4. And we're paying $6. Why? Because they want to make you buy an electric car. And that's when some idiot from the federal government, they were asking, I don't know who it was, I just heard the comment. And she said, oh, I guess people have to buy electric cars now because the oil is expensive. No, that's what they want you to do. That's why they're keeping it high. So they want to make you turn around and say, hey, I can't afford the gas, I'm going to have to buy an electric car. But then you're going to have to pay more electricity. Nothing is free. Oh, man. Anyways, enough of that. Now that I have a new truck and I'm pretty happy with the truck, truck is pretty good. I'm looking now at I want to buy seat covers. I bought a new wrap for the steering wheel. And there's a compartment under the seat. There's space. There's a plastic compartment that you buy you have to have the right model because the floor has different curves and stuff. And I'm going to put it in there and attach it with straps, I think it goes. And then it goes right under the seat. So I'm going to have room to put my gear that I want to take in the truck. A little bit of oil, a little bit of this and that. I am not going to load it the way I had this one because, man, I had too much of everything. And I'm going to start taking apart the truck tomorrow. I can't bring the camper down because I got to take out the jet ski. And the jet ski needs the carburetor being rebuilt again because the guy that did it, he did it wrong. And then he was not answering my calls. So I'm going to have to pay somebody else to do it. So once that thing is running, because it wants to start, but it's just not getting gas. So once I have it put together, I'm going to haul it out, take it over to this guy and say, okay, here it is. Done deal. We're done with that. And then I can move the camper, the truck a little bit over in the middle, avoid that dip. And well, actually, no. What I'm going to do when it's time to do it, I'm going to disconnect everything. And then when I'm ready to transfer it to the new truck, I'm going to ride to the park. I'm going to have both vehicles where it's nice and flat. And I'm just going to drop the legs pull the truck out, come in with the white one, back it in, drop it, and attach it. That's the plan. So now I gotta do that, and but I gotta do things in a certain order. So if I can't get the jet ski out of there, then I can drop the, I can. Well, I was gonna drop it here, but the driveway is on a slope, so when you put it, the camper's doing this, and then the truck is gonna come in, and it's better to do it on a flat surface, and then I can put it in there and drive it up here. I have to buy the. I'm gonna do a different setup on the new Chevy. That the anchor points that go between the bed and the cab, the the, the new truck has this one here, the old blue has a straight wall, and there's an attachment that you attach and you bolt it and it sticks out, and then you can go ahead and click and connect it. But now this truck has a dip that goes in and straightens out, and I noticed that it's a double wall and there's a gap, so that metal's going to be squished and it's going to be I don't know, I don't want to mess it up. So there's another setup that people are doing, are attaching it to the chassis underneath. It's not the chassis, it's underneath the running board, I think it is. And there's a bracket that sticks out, and then you put a chain to your attachments, and then you can tighten it. So it's going to go down the side. I'm not too crazy about that setup, but that's what a lot of people are doing with the newer trucks. So I'm going to remove the attachments from the bumper, and the ones in the front, I'm just going to leave it there because the gardener might use it to attach a rope and toss it over. Whatever he wants to do with it. I'm just going to leave it there. So there's a lot to do. There's a lot to do. And then once that's done, then I have to work on the continue with the Blazer. Okay, that stopped. I'll see if I decide to buy a cargo trailer for the quad, because the quad is taking up space here. But right now it doesn't really bother me. But we'll see how that goes. So, what else I gotta do? Got a million things to do, and I'm trying to do everything at once, but that doesn't work. You gotta work on one until it's finished. So that's what I'm doing. My cigar's going out. All right, guys. So I guess I see you on the next one, and I'll keep you posted on the new developments. See you on the next one. Thank you.